Hello everyone and welcome to BISP Solutions. I am CS Anjana Mishra working as the lead functional consultant at BISP Solutions. BISP Solutions is a tech company providing technological solutions across the globe. Today we'll be looking at purchase contract onto the Oracle NetSuite application. So we'll be looking at what is a purchase contract, how to enable the purchase contract in the NetSuite application, and we'll take up a case study of entering a purchase contract into the NetSuite application. So let us start. Purchase contract is a legal binding agreement between the seller and the buyer, which contains the terms and conditions that are related to the sale of the goods. All those agreements, all those terms of contract, terms of sale and purchase, delivery, uh, terms of pricing, etc. All those things are laid down into the purchase contract. The purchase contract enables the purchasing manager and buyers to use the contracted terms, pricing, and delivery schedules when they are purchasing the material for a company. For example, instead of having terms and pricing based only on a specific purchase order that is being placed, buyers can automatically take the advantage of the quantity based terms and discounts based on an annual volume of goods and services that are purchased. To ensure the best pricing, buyers can use these contracts to specify the detailed negotiated terms, pricing, and delivery schedules for purchases within a defined period. Uh, Now, moving on to our NetSuite application, we'll first look how do we enable the purchase contract into the NetSuite application, and then we'll take up a case study. So moving on to the NetSuite application, in order to enable the purchase contracts into the NetSuite application, I shall go to setup company, enable features. Into the enable features, into the transactions tab, I will have to check the purchase contract box over here so that I can create and track the purchase contracts into the NetSuite application. So when you've checked it, you can save it. Now let us take a case study where our organization entered into a purchase contract with one of the vendors, and these are the terms of the contract. So the name of the vendor is Acom Business Solution. The contract is for any particular inventory item. Date of the contract is 27th of October 2020. The start date for the contract, I mean when the contract comes into existence, is 1st of November 2020. The term of contract is for 6 months. So this contract is for 6 months. The total amount of the contract is $1 lakh, and then here are the terms of payment. That is, a credit period from the bill becoming due is 40 days. Discount on early payments is 11%, and this discount waits up to 18 days from the bill becoming due, up till 18 days, and then the discount is applicable if the payment is made within 18 days of bill becoming due. So this is the terms of contract. So let us move on to our NetSuite application and enter all this information into the NetSuite application and create a purchase contract in the name of Acom Business Solutions. So here I am going to enter the sorry, purchase contract. The purchase contract number is automatically populated or taken up from the number of purchase contracts into the NetSuite application. So this is number 8 purchase contract. You can, of course, since this is not a default one, you can enter the purchase contract number that is prevalent in your organization if you have got a coding system for your purchase contracts. The vendor I'm going to select is Acom Business Solutions. Date of contract is 27th of October. Start date will be 1st of November 2020, and end date is not important that it needs to be filled, but since we have the terms of contract for 6 months, so it is November, December, January 21, February 21, March 21, and April 21. So up till 30th of April 2021, the term is this contract is in existence. Minimum amount not required. Maximum amount is again $1 lakh. Approval status for this particular contract, since I've logged in as an administrator, I am just changing the approval status to approved. Rest, the subsidiary, currency, etc. is all populated once I've selected the vendor. Department, class, location, etc. You can of course classify and provide more information if you would like to, and if you have certain more information on this. Exchange rate is one. I am not changing the exchange rate. Now the item that we'll be taking up is, this is my item. This is my item, and the base rate for this item, that is price per unit, is $1,200. uh, all this information is automatically populated because we have selected the item. Now there is one more thing of additional pricing. Most of the purchase contracts maintain a tiered pricing with potential total purchase discount amounts. A tiered pricing model, in simple words, is basically more the units you purchase, lesser is the price per unit. And this is the whole significance of the pricing or the tiered pricing model. Now that is also provided into our purchase contract. This is my pricing model. So from units 0 to 50, the price per unit will be 1200, which is the price base rate. When I purchase units more than 51 but less than or equal to 100, the price per unit is $1,165. Now when I purchase units more than 101 but less than or equal to 150, the price per unit gets down to $1,120. And when I purchase any units more than 151, any number of units more than 151, the price per unit is then, that is a slab rate for $1,110 each unit. So this is the tiered pricing model that has been provided into the purchase contract. Let's move back to our NetSuite application. Now, in order to provide this purchasing tiered model or the pricing model into our purchase contract, I have the option of additional pricing. So here I am selecting the line quantity, that is the line items, as in over here as it is provided into line. The rate price that I'll be using is not rate. Now, what happened into the rate is, uh, the difference between rate, marginal rate, and lot rate is, into rate, what happens is, if I purchase 80 units, then all the 80 units will be priced at the tier model number 2. But what happens in marginal rate is, if I purchase 80 units of that inventory item, the first 50 units will be priced at tier 1, and then it will be priced at tier 2. So this is what happens into the marginal rate. And into lot rate, the whole lot category is provided. I mean, as in the whole lot rate is applied to the quantity items, the units. So it is, the best practice is to use the marginal rate. It makes the pricing model and the pricing of the items and the purchase and the billing more easier and more logical. Input, using, we have the input, that is we have the price per unit, so we'll be using rate or lot. Had we had percentages, we would have used percentages. Now the let's once more view the pricing models. So this is my pricing model. The pricing from units is 0, 51, 101, and 151. We'll get the same here also. The discount is automatically calculated. So this is my pricing tiered model, where I have got uh, 3 tiers for the discount. Actually, it is a 4-tier one. So 0 to 51, 51 to 100, and 101 to 150, and 150 and more. So this is my pricing model, where the second tier gets me a discount of 3%, second gets me a discount of almost 6.7%, and the third tier gets me a discount of almost 7.5%. So this is my tiered model. Now, any else or any other information that you would like, you can of course fill it over here. All the mandatory information that is required, I have filled it in. Rest all other information, if you have, and if you want to make it more granular, you can of course provide the other information also. Now coming on to the terms of payment, I have already created an ACOM terms of payment, where if the payment is made from the bill becoming due, up till 18 days from the bill becoming due, if the payment is made, an 11% of discount will be provided on the payment. So this is the ACOM terms of payment that I have already created. We'll view the terms of payment once we have saved this particular purchase contract. So we have provided all the information over here, and I'm going to save this particular purchase contract. So as you can see, this particular purchase contract has been saved. This is the purchase contract that we have just now created. It contains almost all the terms of payment. The terms of payment is also there, ACOM terms of payment. And now let us view the ACOM terms of payment. So this is the ACOM terms of payment that we had seen. We'll view, this is the terms of payment that I have created. Now the days till net due is 40 days, the credit period, 11% discount if early payment is made, and early payment discount applies only from till 18 days from the bill becoming due. So this is the terms of payment that I had set for the purpose of the terms of contract. I mean, these were the terms of contract payment terms. So I have created an ACOM terms of payment, which I used it at the time of creating the purchase contract. So now any time when I enter a purchase order, now let's say on 3rd of November or on 5th of November, I'm entering a purchase order. I have this purchase contract option available over here. So when I select the vendor, ACOM Business Solution, the purchase contract is automatically selected. I mean, it is automatically, I'll get the purchase contract for this particular vendor. So we had just now created the purchase contract number 8. I am going to select this purchase contract. Now the selected contract does not start until 1st of November 2020. So I cannot select it as of now. The date is 27th of October. I cannot select it as of now. I can only select this purchase contract after 1st of November 2020. So after, on any day after 1st of November 2020, on 3rd or 4th or 5th, I can use this purchase contract, and all the information for that purchase contract will be populated. The only thing that I'll have to fill in is the units, the amount and etc. will automatically be calculated, and the terms of is also provided because we have selected it into the purchase contract. So this is how you can enter a purchase contract into the NetSuite application. In case of any questions, queries, or doubts, you can of course get back to us at www.bispsolutions.com. Thank you so much.